quotas of average virtue and average vice, which we recognize when we say, everyone has in him something of the criminal, the genius, and the saint. Thus, a living picture emerges, containing pretty well everything that lives upon
that I'll share. Words to the wise, guys. If you're, you gotta keep watering the garden. You gotta keep watering the plant. The plant needs attention every day, or if not every day, every other day. You can't blow people off and then come back a week later and say, "Hey, how you doing?"
I think those people are being as elusive as you are, though, Randy.
No, I don't think so.
Like, don't forget that everybody's playing the same game.
I think that some people are not. Some people.
Randy, you've got enough recorded history of your voice and your mannerisms and your personality on Clubhouse. You just need to download all that, train an AI agent on it, and then have your AI personality talk to all these women for you. And tell it to be you can even turn up the suave a little bit,
Someday, but not yet. No. You know what? That would probably work for most people, but my personality is so very unique that I don't believe AI could really replicate it. But anyway, I'm just, the question is, how long? Oh, Norm left too. Great. Oh boy, I'm a real fucking winner, huh? Whoever I'm talking to just.
Where are they all going? Right? They just abandoned us.
I don't know. It's okay. All right, guys. I came in to say hello, talk to my friends. Apparently, I started talking, and they all left. You guys in the audience, you're my real friends. You didn't leave when I started talking.
Checkerboard of the world.
So you guys in the audience, Shane, Kumalu,
a sense of solidarity with the world is gradually built up, which is felt by many natures as something very positive, and in certain cases actually is the deciding factor in the treatment of neurosis. I have myself seen cases who, in this condition, managed for the first time in their lives to arouse love and even to experience it themselves, or by daring to leap into the unknown, they get involved in the very fate for which they were suited. I have seen not a few who, taking this condition as final, remained for years in a state of enterprising euphoria. I have often heard such cases referred to as shining examples of analytical therapy, but I must point out that cases of this euphoric and enterprising type are so utterly lacking in differentiation from the world that nobody could pass them as fundamentally cured. To my way of thinking, there are as much cured as not cured. I have had occasion to follow up the lives of such patients, and it must be owned that many of them showed symptoms of maladjustment, which, if persisted in, gradually leads to the sterility and monotony so characteristic of those who have divested themselves of their egos. Here, too, I am speaking of the borderline cases, and not of the less valuable, normal, average folk for whom the question of adaptation is more technical than problematic. If I were more of a therapist than an investigator, I would naturally be unable to check a certain optimism of judgment, because my eyes would then be glued to the number of cures. But my conscience, as an investigator, is concerned not with quantity, but with quality. Nature is aristocratic, and one person of value outweighs 10 lesser ones. My eye followed the valuable people, and from them I learned the dubiousness of the results of a purely personal analysis, and also to understand the reasons for this dubiousness. If, through assimilation of the unconscious, we make the mistake of including the personal psychic functions, the dissolution of the personality into its paired opposites inevitably follows. Besides the pair of opposites already discussed, megalomania and a sense of inferiority, which are so painfully evident in neurosis, there are many others from which I will single out only the specifically moral pair of opposites, namely good and evil. The specific virtues and vices of humanity are contained in the collective psyche, like everything else. One man arrogates collective virtue to himself as his personal merit. Another takes collective vice as his personal guilt. Both are as illusory as the megalomania and the inferiority, because the imagery, virtues, and the imagery, wickedness, are simply the moral pair of opposites contained in the collective psyche, which have become perceptible or have been rendered conscious artificially. How much these paired opposites are contained in the collective psyche is exemplified by primitives. One observer will extol the greatest virtues in them, while another will record the very worst impressions of the self-same tribe. For the primitive, whose personal differentiation is, as we know, only just beginning, both judgments are true, because its psyche is essentially collective, and therefore, for the most part, unconscious.